Nas the GOAT with the Super Chat says, Peace Kings, what is the best album of all time to come out of each borough? What would be your top 5 album to come out of Atlanta? I actually did a top 5, which you guys are probably going to see pretty soon. I did that a couple of days ago. Top 5 most impactful albums to come out of Atlanta. So I'll let you wait on that. But as far as boroughs, it's the best hip-hop album to come out of Brooklyn, Coop. Let's be easy real quick. Staten Island.
Yeah.
Only built for Cuban Link, Staten Island.
Yes.
Queens, Illmatic.
Queens is Illmatic. Brooklyn's Life After Death. Wouldn't you say Life After Death better than Ready to Die? Because that's the conversation to me. It's Ready to Die or Life After Death. Where we
No Reasonable Doubt for you?
No, that's the next step over. Like, because here's the thing about it. First of all, hit-wise, you don't want to ever sit Reasonable Doubt next to Life After Death. 'Cause that ass gonna get washed. But if you want to sit it next to Ready to Die, what he got for Juicy and Big Papa? And isn't the what better than Brooklyn's Finest?
This is what I'm going to say.
You got Ready to Die.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It got Warren. It got Give Me the Loot. It got Machine Gun Funk. Mike, it got Unbelievable. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold in that. What you talking about, Willis? The thrill is gone. The black Frank White is here to excite. Throw dick to dykes.
This is what I'm going to say, Coop.
Brainless guns. I like to stay in steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. No Reasonable Doubt's not on that level.
I think Ready to Die is better than Life After Death, too.
That's fine. Pick a Biggie album, Mike. Pick a Biggie album.
I mean, we got 2 to pick from. But yeah, I think Ready to Die is better than Life After Death.
Pick a Biggie album, keep on going, Mike.
Even though I do think that there could definitely be an argument made for Life After Death to be better, but it's just something about Ready to Die. Like, Ready to Die gives you everything.
It's very college dropout to late registration, like in the sense of MC and the songs are better, but the feel on the first album is different.
Yeah. And you're never going to get that guy again. I mean, even before he passed, we knew that guy that was on Ready to Die was just raw. I was grimy in the early 90s, far behind me. You know what I mean? And I wish that the One More Chance, if the One More Chance remix was on there, it wouldn't even be a conversation.
No, here's why it's a conversation, Mike, is that Life After Death, I don't know if there's a rap album, Mike, that has so many moments that showcase the different facets of a brilliant MC the way that it does. It's like, well, you want creative and street, 10 crack commandments. You want just straight up street, kick in the door. You want concepts, what's beef?
And you're right. You're right. And nobody before him did anything close to that. You were either LL or you were Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? Like
this is what I mean. Street shit. Last Days with the Locks. It's like, oh, you want some mid-level like gangster shit? I love the dough. You want a raunchy hit? Fucking You Tonight. It's like, you want another story? Somebody Gotta Die. You want him to switch speeds? Notorious Thugs. Mike, you want to talk about the ending to this motherfucking album, which ends with My Downfall, The Long Kiss Goodnight, and You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. No, Mike, it is hard to fucking beat that. Mike, it's hard for anybody to beat that album as a solo MC if you didn't make Doggy Style or Illmatic.
You know what? You might have sold me on the ending of that album.
It's the end, Mike, because
the ending of that album is vicious. The ending of that album, it eclipses anything that he was able to do on Ready to Die.
As an MC, Mike, he's just somewhere else. And it's like, how about this? You remember Mike's rookie season? And Mike averaged 28 points?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what Ready to Die is. No. Life After Death is that motherfucker. It's like, no.
Defensive Player of the Year, scoring champion,
right.
MVP.
Right. It's like
averaging 38 a game.
No, I mean, think about the bad records on there, or what you would call a bad record. Like, when you love, like, think about something like Sky's the Limit, which isn't even like.
I love Sky's the Limit.
It's not even a top 10 song on that double disc, Mike. It's not
and I like Nasty Boy too. You don't like that record?
Not even top 15.
The record that I don't like on there, I didn't like the record with Kim.
What, another?
And I didn't like You've Been Robbed, but I think he's playing around on those records.
Right.
Taking chances.
Cali, Mike. Cali got.
I really didn't like going back to Cali like that.
Oh, I like going back to Cali, Mike.
Even though I know every single word of that record. And I gotta be honest, I didn't like Hypnotized like that, but it's a classic, so there it is. Like songs I don't even like are classics.
That's what I mean. Like the records on there that you don't listen to are still classic. Like Mike, I don't listen to More Money, More Problems.
I forgot about that one.
Like, when it come on,
it's a classic.
And specifically about him, it's like, yeah. You niggas get done rapping so we can get to the part.
Okay, so Life After Death, when it comes to Brooklyn, what's the best hip-hop album to come out of the Bronx?
Probably Criminal Minded.
Where's Slick Rick from?
Is he claiming the Bronx?
No, I don't.
No, we need to know that. That matters.
Yeah, that does matter. Long Island's Paid in Full. If we're putting Long Island out there.
Isn't Long Island Public Enemy too?
It is.
So you're putting Paid in Full above It Takes a Nation and a Million Souls.
Well, we got to get to that conversation. We're an hour some odd minutes in, and we got to get to that conversation. Eric Terrell with the Super Chat says, if you can get any album performed live for you, if you can get any album performed live for you, I guess what would it be? From top to bottom, I might say a Kumina, but we've already covered. We're not going to get to that.
Oh, Mike, we have evidence. His family immigrated to the United States, Baychester area of the Bronx. So
it's The Great Adventures.
So it's The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick. Although that's not to say Criminal Minded isn't like viably close. Like I'm not like just saying like it's like, it's clearly The Greatest Adventures of Slick Rick, because it's not clearly that. And a lot of people in the Bronx would probably prefer Criminal Minded.
Probably sounds more like the Bronx than
I'm about to say, right, Criminal Minded sounds more like the Bronx and cats from the Bronx. My 9mm goes bang.
Our man with the Super Chat says, peace.
Bridge over.
Great record. Classics.
Right.
Our man with the Super Chat, shout out to our man. He was in our Patreon the other day. He's in our Patreon pretty much every week, man. Loving the vibe. Anyway, he says, peace. Did y'all see Kelly Rowland chin check Rosenberg when he said Kelly was playing second fiddle to Beyonce? He also threw a shot at Big Boy, shaking my head. It's interesting. I did see that. It's funny because Kelly and Big Boy, from what I understand, they're part of a investment firm and some other artists too. So they work together on some things and investments and things of that nature. So I'm just gonna say this. I shouldn't say this because we're talking about comparing, but currently, Kelly Rowland's my favorite Destiny's Child member, and I say that respectfully. I mean, Kelly's just talking to the people, and it's one of those things where in today's society, in today's star atmosphere, it's something about an artist that's not afraid to get out there and just speak to the people. And it's like we're not living in the times where Michael Jackson could just be like not heard at all and still be above it all. I mean, you got people like Kanye West who are always talking to the people. So I love to hear, Kelly's perspectives. And even though I think that Rosenberg's question was in poor taste, I think it was important for us to see how she approached the question like that. And I don't think anybody will ever ask or even say any of those things about her in relation to, her friend, her sister in many aspects, Beyonce. You know what I mean?
Well, I would like to quote Kanye about this is how I feel about Kelly Rowland. We rolling with some light-skinned girls and some Kelly Rowlands. Yeah.
Darren Harris with the super chat says,
That's supreme clientele, Mike. You understand me talking about Kelly Rowland? That is supreme clientele.
Yeah, supreme. And you know what? I didn't know this until recently. Kelly's from Atlanta.
Very
so, you know, I got to ride with Kelly, man. Kelly from Atlanta. She moved out to Houston because her mom, you know, moved out there, whatever. But when her mom left her dad, or however that worked, but she reunited with her dad not too long ago. And yeah, I found out Kelly Rowland's from Atlanta. I want to say we might have been born in the same hospital. I don't know. Darren Harris with the super chat says, Moore said Pharrell wanted him. Moore said, I guess he said Nori. Nori said that Pharrell wanted him and Nas to do lap dance, but Nas didn't get it. I could see that.
Totally see.
Pharrell probably was like, yo, Nas, you should jump on this.
I mean, Nas did 5 tracks for Nori's debut album, and, you know, Super Thug is in there, so there were probably some paths crossing. That could have been the path crossing time.
Lap dance is hard. And Vita's on there, so maybe it was a Queens thing. You know what I'm saying?